Recognize this? This is our Kabali chair at home. We had this chair for many years. The moment superstar Rajnikant sat on a chair like this, it became a part of history. So it is with people, with places. When something historic happens, they become set apart. Here is a fantasy story of a frog and their historic moment. Hello all, this is Alvin, Storyteller, and here is a story of the frogs and their historic moment. A long time ago, in a land far away, there was a church. And this church had a bell tower that was considered to be the tallest because it had almost 8,000 steps to reach its top. Behind this church, there was a river, and it had a vibrant community of frogs of different species. All the animals who came to this water to purge their thirst were constantly amazed by this unity of these frogs. But a ray of darkness fell over this community of frogs, for Wise-eyed, one of their wisest and the oldest of the frogs, was counting his days. He was greatly revered by the frogs, for if not for him, the whole community would have got shattered. A few years ago, a story came to the frogs. In a land far away, a prince had married a princess. He was not an ordinary prince, but who, due to some curse by a witch, had lived his youth as a frog. This frog prince was miraculously saved by this princess, who came to her forest to play with a ball. Hearing the story, every male frog began to wonder, what if I'm a prince locked as a frog? Soon they all began to hate their wives, for they all believed, I am a prince. I should have a princess as my wife and not a dirty frog. Males secretly had a meeting and decided to scatter around the world, go to different forests and wait for their princess to come. The wives, hearing the story, ran to Wise-eyed for a solution. Wise-eyed listened to all this and he... It's so funny. But don't worry, I'll take care of it, said he, and called all the frogs for a meeting. My dear brothers, what vicious fantasy has bit you that you're now ready to leave your privilege? Are you not greater than the prince? Could those two-legged creatures live on land and on water? We are a community. Could they ever live as a community? We are proud of our colors, but that is the very reason of their fight. Who is greater? Why do you lay down your freedom to become a slave? The males recognized their folly and decided to return home. It is because of this wisdom that Wise-eyed was greatly revered by this community of frogs, and now, as he was waiting for his angels to take him away, the entire community was in deep sorrow. One day, Wise-eyed's personal assistant called all the frogs and said, Wise-eyed has a last wish. What is it? What is it? Yelled the frogs. He wishes that at least one of the younger frogs should reach the top of the tower. Is that it? Is that it? Said the other frogs. Well, 2 weeks from now, as soon as the sun rises, all the younger frogs who wishes to participate should gather around the tower. Soon, the entire community was in great hustle bustle. Everyone was in training mode and were vigorous to fulfill the desire of Wise-eyed. Word spread around the entire animal kingdom, and everyone were eager and anxious to see how this historic moment is going to come about. But there was a giraffe who wondered, Is it possible? How can tiny frogs climb 8,000 steps? The day arrived. All the young frogs gathered around the tower. Along with them, other animals too, lion, giraffe, monkeys, and rabbits, and other birds have also assembled to witness this historic event. Soon, Wyside's personal assistant gave a loud croak, and all the young frogs began to hop with one desire to climb the 8,000th step and fulfill the desire of Wyside. After a while, the giraffe peeped in through the windows and saw that the young frogs were struggling and they haven't reached even the 500th step. So he stooped down to the lion and said, "Oh, these young frogs are struggling. I really doubt whether they will climb even 1,000 steps." The lion gave a stare and yelled, "Frogs, victory lies at your hands. Go get it." And every animal began to cheer, "Go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it." Frogs, hearing this cry, were refreshed and they kept marching ahead. The birds kept hovering around the tower and they splashed water to whoever needed it. Before the sun reached its brightest, the young frogs had climbed 7,750 steps, and in a matter of time, they reached the top, and from below, they heard croak after croak after croak, which did not die until the sun set down. Wyside received this news. He smiled and rested peacefully. And that's the end of the story. Yeah. If you enjoyed the story, do subscribe below. And also, if you wish to enjoy such stories live before your eyes, do get in touch with us in the email ID given below. And also don't forget to like our Facebook page.